Hello, hello, thank you for checking in. It is Monday, Motivational Monday, so thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody. Hello! I hope you all had a good weekend. Let me say hello to everybody. Laura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Adria Yusuf and the Crim and Marcel and Jim Dandy. Hello! And, ooh, that's me. Hello! There's YouTube. That's how long the lag is between now and YouTube. Wing Doggy and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and T-Sis and John McCain and Red Stapler and N1QOV and Sturgis Guy and Jim Dandy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip. Hello! Thank you for checking in. Let me make sure I got everybody and Shocker and Sam. All right, hello! Marcel says, from tomorrow, a heat plan is active in his country. The first time they've made a heat plan in 10 years. They're expecting to be 100 degrees temperature. So they want to make sure that people don't die from the heat. It's warm right now. It's warm right now in Los Angeles, but it actually it's a problem. I think, didn't I read India? Like hundreds of people have died from the heat in India because, you know, India has a big problem with water. So not only do they have heat, but they've got a lot of people living in small, crowded slum conditions with obviously no air conditioning or fresh air and not enough water. So hundreds of people have died in India during the heat waves. So, I mean, it's really dangerous. We don't realize how dangerous it is when you live someplace where you've got a fan or air conditioning or enough water to drink. But not everybody has that. So, well, I hope you stay cool and well hydrated, Marcel. It's warm in Los Angeles, but I'm feeling good. I do have the fan on and a tank top, but I'm fine. Linda says it's cooler in Maine and it's going to rain the weekend. Well, we can rest easy. They have captured the second guy, the second escaped criminal in New York. And frankly, I'm disappointed in the criminal because they had 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And they were, the jail itself is only about, what was it, like 20, 25 miles from the Canadian border. So very close to the border. They have been on the lam for 3 weeks. They had like a 10-hour head start before anyone even knew they were missing. This guy's a wilderness survivalist. They had this brilliant plan, breakout plan. And then they spent 3 weeks, I don't know, sitting in the woods. Apparently they split up about 5 days ago because the one guy was slowing down the other guy. He was caught walking down the road, right down the road where everyone's looking for him, 1.5 miles from the Canadian border. Now, why wasn't he already in Canada, first of all? There's my first question. The prison itself is very close. You know, when they have a marathon, like the LA Marathon, the Boston Marathon, the New York Marathon, those marathons are, what are they, like 24, 25 miles? People do that in 1 day. These guys had 3 weeks. What were they doing? Well, Linda says they're idiots, they're dangerous, and they're idiots. That's why they're in jail. Yeah, 3 weeks. I mean, he could have, like, crawled that far in 3 weeks. A guy on crutches could have gotten across the border. So anyhow, so he was just walking down a road in the broad daylight, like around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and some cop sees him. Didn't even know he was there. Sees him and says, "Hey, and the guy turns around and looks and he sees him, so then he starts chasing him, and he ends up getting shot twice. So he is now in custody, shot and in the hospital, a mile and a half from the border. What the hell? How could they mess up their brilliant escape so badly? And I guess they split up about 5 days ago, because the one had blisters and he was older and slower. Marcel, Linda says, I don't know, Linda, but I'm. Sam says, you try walking through the woods and not get caught. Well, he had 3 weeks. And I guess they were using pepper, putting pepper down to throw off the scent of the dogs. 3 weeks to get, they could have in the first night gotten to Canada. If people in a Boston Marathon can in one day, or the New York Marathon or the LA Marathon, in one day get 24 miles. And then these guys had like a 10-hour head start. They could have been in Canada before anyone even knew that they were gone. And then for the last 3 weeks, they could have, walked around at night. They were doing a pretty good job of hiding. So I don't know what the problem was. But if I were them, I would have. Marcel says, why do you want to be in Canada? Well, it's harder to get caught in another country because all of the police were American police looking for them in New York, upstate New York. I don't know if the Canadian police had giant teams of searchers, but I don't think they did. At least it makes it more complicated because I don't know how coordinated the police and all the alert systems are. And then there's extradition and all this stuff. It makes it a lot more complicated if you're in another country. So, and then get to another country and then get to a major city and blend in. Restart your life. Create a new identity, new papers. That's, I think, or at least from Canada, get to another country or something. Sam says, I guess you were never in the woods in the Northeast. Sam, they had 3 weeks. I don't care what the condition of the woods was. They had 3 weeks, giant head start. I know that they were supposed to go to Mexico. Yeah, but they were like less than 30 miles from Canada. So plan B seems pretty obvious. Get out of the country, regroup, change your identity, and then go somewhere else. So, but I'm glad they were caught. I'm glad they were caught. They did a very bad job of being on the run. I mean, they did. I'm just being critical. I know I'm being critical, but I was so impressed. I think everybody was so impressed with their escape that I think we all had better expectations of their getaway. They did such a good job of the escape, and then they just dropped the ball. I mean, if you're going to judge them, besides murdering bad guys in jail, but if you're going to judge them on the brilliance of their escape, the audacity, the planning, the arrogance, the brilliance of their escape, and then juxtapose that to the idiocy of their getaway once they got out. It just seems like, is that the best you could have done? I mean, even stealing a car and getting over to Canada, 30 miles, 30 miles. So I don't know. I think Linda could have done a better job getting through the woods. Even Linda could have made it to Canada in 3 weeks. Wait, what is that? Hello? So, but they're caught, so we can all rest easy. Upstate New York can rest easy. Oh, I haven't seen it. I saw, over the weekend, I saw, like, the first 10 minutes of the first episode of True Detective, and I haven't seen the whole episode. I saw, like, 10 minutes of it. I was a little disappointed because it just didn't compare to the first season. It's really hard to compare. The first season is so good. So, I don't know. Sam says he saw the second show and it's getting better. All right, I will have to check it out. So, Marcel says, you forget the stupidity of building a man-sized tube next to a prison wall. I don't think they thought that people were going to be, like, sawing through the pipes, probably. I probably didn't think about that. But I had a wonderful weekend. I had a really, really awesome weekend. Saturday night and all day Sunday. Went down Saturday night, made delicious. So excited about my dinner. Let me just tell you about my dinner I made for Sweetie Saturday night. Sesame crusted salmon with a soy sauce, a sesame soy oil, and sesame crusted salmon. On top of a bed of pureed faux mashed potatoes made out of cauliflower. So I made my special cauliflower mashed potatoes with the sesame crusted salmon on top and a little bit of scallions and dill on the salmon. And then I made zucchini, toasted grilled zucchini, like instead of breadsticks, zucchini sticks. So you put herbs on top of sliced zucchini, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So instead of a breadstick, it's zucchini. Really, really good. All of these really, really healthy. I also made some roasted sweet potato, mushroom, fennel, and onions. So some roasted grilled vegetables. And then an herb salad. A kale and herb salad with tomatoes and goat cheese. Very healthy. Super delicious and very healthy. That was Saturday night. Linda says she's never had goat cheese. Oh, Linda, at your age and you've never, ever had the delicious awesomeness of goat cheese? Oh! Okay, add that to your list, your bucket list of things to do. Not only is it a delicious cheese, and it's, I don't know if you're familiar with a more moister, crumbly, kind of like stronger cheese. If you've had feta ever, it's kind of going down the line of feta. Feta is what they would have in like a Greek salad. Goat cheese is actually a better cheese for you. It's easier for your stomach to digest than cow cheese. It's better for you. And usually goat cheese doesn't have a lot of the crap that, at least in the American, like farm system, factory farm system, goat cheese doesn't have as many hormones and weird things in it as American dairy stuff, the cow stuff. So it's a healthier option and a more digestible option for your stomach. Well, Allura, you must try. They make a lot of salads, fancy salads have goat cheese in it, Allura, and fancy pizza has goat cheese on top of it. Linda's excited. Her friends from out of town will be visiting on Friday. Oh, good. That's nice. You haven't gotten to see any friends in a long time, so good for you. I hope you have a nice visit. We went down, Sweetie and I went down to Orange County to visit his friends on Sunday. It's only like an hour drive, hour and 15 minutes drive. And I did, Linda. Yes, I did. Thank you for sharing that. And we went down to see some of his old friends that he's been friends with forever. And we had a nice dinner out with friends. We went to a Mexican restaurant and had some delicious food. Speaking of Mexican restaurants, which are very popular and delicious, that makes me think of Donald Trump, who in his opening presidential campaign address said that everyone from Mexico was sending us all these bad people, and they're all criminals and rapists and drug dealers. Obviously, that didn't go over very well with the large population of Hispanic people who live and work very hard in all of the country. Donald Trump has now been fired from NBC. Canceled his. And you'd think that the guy who's representing Miss America or Miss USA, which has Miss America, you'd think that he's representing, he's got all these people from all countries around the world. Think he'd be like, maybe not a good thing to say. Maybe I shouldn't start insulting entire countries. But no, instead of apologizing and saying, "Oh, I didn't mean that. I don't know what I said," he should have said, "I'm sorry," and it probably would have gotten forgotten. Instead, he doubled down and said, "Not only do I say that, but I'm kicking you all out of my country club. This paper is stupid, and you're stupid, and you're stupid, and you're stupid, and you're a loser, and you're a loser." Oh. I don't think you could be less presidential if you tried. Like, it makes for good reality TV. It's very entertaining. And a lot of you might even like him as a entertainment. Yes, Laura likes him. And Laura, I find it entertaining. But I would never want him to be representing us as a president on a national level. What's he going to go to another country? Hey, Queen of England, you're an idiot. Hey, Russia, you suck. You're losers. Hey, Greece, you got no money. Ha ha. Like, what's he going to do? I don't think that's not going to help. It would not be very presidential. And seeing as how when you're president, everybody has something negative to say, he cannot stop himself from responding to everyone. If somebody says something about him, he's got to say something back. And he would spend all day long yelling at people who said something about him, and he wouldn't be able to be president. All day long. He's like, yeah, your paper sucks. Yeah, you suck. You suck. He's not going to have time to be president. All day long, he'd just be picking fights with people. So, yeah. He doesn't have the ability to just zip it, zip it, zip it. Doesn't have that button to, probably shouldn't say this right now. Oh, but I'm thinking it. Probably shouldn't say it. I'm gonna say it anyhow. That's the inside of Donald Trump's head. I'm gonna say it anyhow. Zip it. No. I. Zip the mouth. Sam really likes the True Detective #2. All right. Well, I wanna check it out and watch it. John McCain says his hair made him do it. That's right. Maybe that's what's happened. That's not really hair. It's actually an alien, like Attack of the Body Snatchers, which has landed on top of his head and has tentacles going down into his brain, controlling him. He's not really. It's the hair's like. If you tried to cut the hair off, it might jump and run down the road like a little animal. Like a little hermit crab. On the 4th, Allure says she's getting a purple birthday cake. Wait, is it your birthday on the 4th of July? On the 14th. Oh yeah, and this weekend is the 4th of July, for anyone who's not in the U.S., our Independence Day, 4th of July, a big national holiday. Fireworks, barbecues, lots of fun. And Sam says he is demanding that Donald Trump show his birth certificate and prove that he actually has 2 human parents and not 1 human and 1 orangutan. Because it looks like a monkey, an orange orangutan monkey. Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't, Marcel. Wait, John McCain says the good fireworks became legal in Georgia on 7/1. Oh no. Don't play with those, John McCain. You're going to blow your hand off. Every 4th of July, there's a whole bunch of emergency room people with fireworks injuries. Just don't do it. Don't put it in your hands, don't put it in your butt. Stay away from the firework injuries. John McCain says right now only sparklers are legal in Georgia, but in 2 days firecrackers, bottle rockets, and a few others will become legal in Georgia. Oh, great. I blew my hand off. Well, sparklers can burn you the same way like a cigarette could burn you, but they're not going to blow your hand off. You could get like a little burn from a sparkler. It's true. But some of these other ones that explode, they can really blow off a finger or blind you or cause some damage. So be careful, especially when you combine it with drunk people. You see a lot of those people on the 4th of July, drunk people, fireworks. Oh, always a bad combination. Speaking of drunk people doing stupid things, there's a video of a drunk guy at a party with his friend. His friend has, I think, like a pickle in his mouth. and the drunk guy has a samurai sword, and the guy's he has something in his mouth, something long, maybe it's a cucumber. The drunk guy is going to take the samurai sword and cut it in half. Guess what happens? He missed the banana, chops his friend's nose off. Chops the nose, yeah, on video, and you see the nose like whoop, flop this way. Well, they've reattached the nose. They reattached the friend's nose. He can't feel anything, but he can smell again. Yeah. There's another thing. When you're drunk, stay away from swords, fireworks, guns. Always a bad combination. Always a bad combination. David Jones says, I knew that was going to happen, but I prefer the tiger eating the drunk guy. Yeah, stay out of wild animal cages when you're drunk. All the things that you shouldn't do. Don't drive when you're drunk. Oh, wait. This is Motivational Monday. So far, it's been Ranting Monday. Marcel says, stay away from women when you're drunk. Oh, here's a good one. Stay away from your cell phone when you're drunk. How many people have gotten into trouble with that one? Hey! What are you doing? I was just thinking of you. I miss you. Come over. And then the next day, did I call you last night? What did I say? Or drunk texting? Trust me, the next day, you're going to wish you did not make that call or send that text. And drunk women, yeah. So, yeah. But I had a great weekend. Oh, and I posted some new pictures on Twitter and Facebook. For anyone who didn't see it, I posted a bunch of new pictures from my wonderful Sunday. Oh, I have not seen any Game of Thrones yet, Linda. But anyhow, so I don't know if I've motivated anyone at all, but at least I think I feel like we had fun. Linda says, I motivated you. Yes. Okay, today's motivation was stay away from fireworks and doing anything dangerous while you're drinking. Eat more goat cheese. Yeah, oh, and special shout out to Sam and Phil. Hope you're both feeling better. I know you didn't have a very good weekend. Sorry. That sucks. But I'm super, super happy. Yes, and the motivation is also, if you're going to have a brilliant escape plan to get out of jail, follow through. And the follow through, don't just sit there in the woods getting bit by mosquitoes and waiting for them to shoot you. Get out. Get out of the country. Just go anywhere. Get out anywhere. I mean, yeah, anywhere. staying in the same place, same area, doesn't make any sort of logical sense. Get as far away from wherever you started from as possible. Just move. If you're in another state, they're not going to be looking for you, really. Yeah, a middle-aged housewife can finish the New York Marathon in 10 hours. You can get to Canada! That's that. Marcel says, I'm very happy. Tomorrow they're going to deliver my new cork floor. Oh, okay. Well, I hope that turns out well. I hope that turns out well. Well, I am just about to sign off, but I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, obviously, Marcel, these guys were not like watching. I don't know if they had any knowledge of like TV or phones, if they had any like internet connection or knew what was going on. But they did split up, which I thought they would do sooner, because two guys together is more like everybody's looking for two guys. One guy alone. All right, so I am just about to sign off, but I will be back tomorrow at 5:15 Los Angeles time on YouTube and Google Hangouts. Let me say goodbye to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sus and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Asher Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and N1QOV and Sam and Philip and St. Clinton, Sean McCain, let me make sure I got everyone, and Wing Doggy, and Sue, and Fairies Lover, Andrew Jonas. This is for everybody. Shocker, I love you. Marcel, I love you all. Yeah, and if you're gonna break out of jail, do a better job. Don't get caught. First rule of jailbreak out is don't get caught. I love you. Bye. Bye.